Hey guys, it's Zekin, and welcome to episode 3 of Planet Architecture. Today we're going to be working on the Inala Australia house. So in this video I thought I'd switch up the format from the regular speed build, so I'm curious to know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving you guys here just because I think it's much better without doing the voiceover, so you can grasp everything that's going on. Do let me know what you think about that in the comments below. So yeah, I'll be back in the life portion. Hope you enjoyed that kind of sort of stop motion build through that I did. I want to give a big shout out to Happy the Mentor on YouTube, which is where I saw this method first used in the Planet Zoo video, because usually I see them used in like Sims 4 speed builds, Sims 4 stop motion builds, and I just thought it looked pretty cool, so I wanted to use that as well. So yeah, so go check out Happy the Mentor on YouTube. Yeah, so this is the Inala Australia house. So at first I made this large like the highway to make this whole place feel more realistic and stuff. And then we have Carlos G's power lines, and then we have a lot of Mr. Gomez's stuff in here, including these billboards, which I absolutely love. So yeah, so just sparsely place down all the plants and everything, and then if we head down, you'll see we have the Inala Australia house sign. The logo for the Inala Australia house was inspired by the Narana Aboriginal Cultural Center over at Australia. So I just thought it looked pretty cool, especially with the lizard logo and everything. So I just thought I implemented here. So you you have a free entry in Oasis Cafe, because I think this would be like a kind of non-profit kind of zoo sanctuary, animal sanctuary kind of thing. So yeah, so let's head on here. So we have cool dogs buses, and then we have, if we head out here, you'll see we have Jash Outlaws street lights over here, which I absolutely love. They look so simple, yet they kind of tie in the whole modern kind of vibe in here. So thought it came out pretty well. So yeah, so if we turn ourselves over here, you'd see we have more like backstage stuff, and then power lines will head up to here, and I'd imagine this would be just for like the pumping from the water tower over there, which is really, like, I really love this water tower. It's from Clerics on the workshop, and it just looks so cool. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you want to use it for your own parks. And yeah, so basically this power line would be feeding into the pump, but the main building is mostly powered by solar panels and green energy. So yeah, so let's head out here. You'll see we have more of cool dogs cars and stuff like that, so looks pretty cool. Okay, so we're at the front of the Australia house. So we have the sign over here with the logo, and then some really nice gardening work, which I'm really proud of. And then we have a little mosaic, like kind of, it's not really a mosaic, it's like a dot painting kind of thing, which I usually see in Aboriginal Australian arts and stuff like that. And I just thought it just looks really awesome, and it really has a nice cultural significance to everything, and it just looks pretty cool. So the building is inspired mainly and based off of like a medical center in Australia, and I'll bring up the picture of it right now. So you can, as you can see, it's pretty much kind of the same in the sense I just changed some of the other stuff, and then I just added in the logo and everything. Just thought it came out pretty well. So yeah, so we have some gardening work, and then let's just head on in here. So see, we have the entrance sign over here, and then if we head on in here, you'll see we have the main lobby. So this is the Inala Australia house lobby over here. Really happy with how it came out. So you can see we have these dot circle patterns on the floor, and then we have some couches, and then we have the desk over here with the Australia sign, and then just really happy with how it came out. And then we have more of these stuff over here with these computers that I got from the workshop. They look pretty cool. So yeah, so if we turn ourselves to the right over here, you'll see we have the Oasis Cafe, and the name Oasis is not something I can't really wait to show you guys, but you got to see it in the nearest future. So yeah, so we have the cafe. So I imagine this cafe will be like a really organic green kind of selling vegetarian stuff, and then really green, all about the really like eco-friendly kind of thing. So yeah, so that's the main whole vibe. So we have Wiser's coffee shop board over there, which has salads and then coffee, and just looks pretty cool. So yeah, so we have the restaurant with more of like this kind of rustic, kind of eco-friendly, minimalistic kind of look to it, and I just thought it came out pretty well. So yeah, so let's head on down here. So a nice touch I had is this door over here. So realistically, this door would lead to the building on outside. So I just imagine this would be like a hidden door with the paint on top of it. So that was a really cool touch. So yeah, so as you can see, we have Maxinius's fire extinguisher over here, and then we have suicide ups exit signs, which make this whole place look really realistic. So yeah, so let's head down here and we'll see the main like viewing hall. So we have the different animals, but first I want to show this this symbol over here. This is the Aboriginal symbol for meeting place, so I just thought I'd put it here just like a significance. So it's really kind of like the central point of this whole Australia house, since it's like the intersection of all the places. So I just thought it was really awesome to put that there. So if we turn ourselves to the left, you'll see on our left we have the koala habitat enclosure over here. So you can see this enclosure is mainly inspired by an image I saw on ZooChat of like this really cool shade structures, and then this really nice kind of just simplistic habitat that looks somewhat realistic. So yeah, so then down here we have the blue-tongued lizard exhibit over here, which really happy with how it looks. And then to our right we have the main staple animal, which is the kangaroo habitat over here. So I really wanted to keep it kind of sparsely vegetated, kind of just look pretty realistic in a sense. So, and it has a lot of spaces for like the kangaroos to hide out and get away from the guests if they want to, because of stress and everything. And we have the shades and all different things, so just thought it came out pretty well. So let's just head down more into the habitat. You can see just basic more stuff, and then we have the backstage with the indoor section over here. So yeah, so let's head back and go over to this area over here. So you can see to our left we have more viewing for the kangaroos, but then to our right we have the cassowaries over here. So realistically, cassowaries live in like tropical areas and like more moist areas. Oh, look at the little chick over here. So they live in more moist tropical air. Oh, there are two. Oh, they live in more moist tropical areas. So according to for the guidelines, if you want to have them in more like hotter regions, you have to have more shading for the cassowaries, so they don't get too like, so the habitat's more cooler. And then we have these cooled rocks over here, so I placed down some some coolers in the rocks, so some cooled rocks where the cassowaries can hang out, and then they have their indoor section. And then this mystifier, which kind of simulates that rainforest environment. So yeah, so let's head back here and go on to our last habitat over here, which is the dingo habitat. So we have dingoes pretty much the same as like the other ones, which is like sparsely vegetated and just kind of just very cohesive for the dingoes with different rocks, and then like the main rock for the standout point, so they can overlook the whole habitat. And then they have their indoor section, and just thought it came out pretty well. So yeah, so let's head back. Okay, so here we have the gallery section, which is like the kind of museum kind of educational section where you can get to learn about the different aspects of Australian Aboriginal culture, as well as the animals, and just pretty cool. So so we have some of the paintings we got in the Australia pack, and some different statues and stuff like that. So we have these information boards, which I think imagine would be like maybe a touch screen, so it can be interactive and you can learn different things. And then my whole feel for this whole gallery over here is that I just wanted to feel open, because usually museums are kind of just like closed off and kind of in a sense, just if you think of a museum as like a really boring room with a bunch of different paintings. But with here I wanted to have like skylights and access to the outside. And also, since we're in the desert, this whole building is kind of like a self-cooling building, in the sense that we have this large open doors over here, which like are shutters, which I'd imagine they would close off when it's at the end of the day. But in the daytime, we have the shutters, and then we have the louvers on top over there at the sides, so the air can circulate throughout the building. And then one other neat feature I had in this building is that these walls, I'd imagine they will be like rammed earth walls. And so rammed earth walls are pretty much just earth, like the sand and different, like just they excavate the land and then put immense amount of pressure on the soil, and then it becomes like this kind of really hard wall, which actually is much more eco-friendly than your regular wall, and it provides a lot of cooling, especially during the daytime and the nighttime. So it reduces the heating cost. So yeah, so if we head on down, we'll see we have some Australian instruments over here, which the didgeridoo, and then we have some drums, and then we have calves, and then we have more like Australian like Aboriginal Australian weapons and different stuff, and then hunting stuff, and then some boomerangs, and then maybe different certifications or different documents and papers of the history and everything. So yeah, so we have different baskets over here, and then just different stuff I'd imagine would like educating people about the animals as well as the culture. So yeah, because I've looked up a lot of Aboriginal Australian culture, and it's just really fascinating in the way that it talks about dreaming and different dreaming stories, and it's just so incredible. So I'd encourage you to look it up if you're interested in such. So yeah, so if we head on down here, you'll see we have the gift shop over here. So we have this little gift shop over here with different like the different clothes and different stuff, and most of the stuff is from Eben. Just really love his stuff, like he's the master of gift shop items. So I just thought I'd place down his stuff over here. Then to the ceiling we have more like some umbrellas, and then different fabrics, and I'd imagine they'd be selling. Then we have some boomerangs, which they will be selling to people. And then this is the counter, and then we have we have this cash register from France on the workshop, and I just really thought it looks really nice because it has a little notepad over here and the different buttons, and this came out pretty well. So another thing about this gift shop, and I added in this like bookshop rack. So these are not just regular books. I'd imagine these would be like Aboriginal language dictionaries and different like dream and stories, and I'd imagine they'll sell this to people, and it would just be really fascinating. So yeah, so I just want to take a quick look at it at night with all the lighting done and the interiors. It's not that much lit up because of the light disturbance and the animals, but it's just fairly lit up since it's gonna be closed at night anyways. So yeah, so we head on out back, and I think that's pretty much it. For this episode, guys. I would be releasing this to the workshop as well as just like the blueprint and different blueprints from this build as well. So yeah, that will be in the description below, so you can go check it out. So yeah, that will be all for this episode. Let me know what you guys thought of like the new kind of building format. It took me a very long time to get everything because I kind of had to like take the picture of each frame and then put everything together. So it is very tasking, but if it's much better than like the speed build, because I've had some people complain about the speed builds in the sense that you can't really keep up with it and it's a little too fast sometimes. and I just thought maybe that would be a better way, but I don't know if I would do it again, but I'll do it for maybe special builds like this. So before I said that in planet architecture we wouldn't be focusing more on the animals, but for this one I just thought the animals would be a cool addition to this, since we have more, it's more architecturally focused in this episode. So yeah, so really happy with how it came out, and let me know what you guys thought of this whole build in the comments below. So don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you're not, when you subscribe, be sure to turn on that notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post anything new. And also join our Discord in the description below. You can just hang out there. I usually share like teasers to upcoming stuff and just overall just chilling. And also I'll be leaving links to my socials so you can go follow me on there. So yeah, see you later guys, and until then, bye for now.